Today I'm going to teach you another part of small basic. It is called variables. Okay, so variables. Let's see what are variables and their characteristics. Okay. So in this lesson, you will learn how to define and name a variable. Okay. Then use variables to store text or numbers. Then use arrays to store multiple values. Okay. So now please switch on your mic. Okay. So in mathematics, have you ever used variables like x, y? Have you ever learned equation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
X plus 5 is equal to 10. Then find the value of x. Likewise, have you ever learned equations?
Yes, sir. Expression in the math lesson we have used that.
Yes, you may learn about formulas also. So there are English letters are being used in mathematics. No, x, y. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So those are called variables. Okay, in mathematics we also call those are variables. Okay. So like that, now we are going to learn about variables. Okay. Now switch off your minds. Okay. So here, variables. So what is a variable? So simply, variable is a name. Okay, variable is a name. So under that name, we can store data. Okay, different kinds of data. Those data may be numbers, like in mathematics. Okay, those data can be words. It means a text type data or different kinds of information. Okay, here it says you can use a variable to store different kinds of information. Okay, such as text, I mean words. Okay, or a number. A variable can contain different values at different points in the time. So variable means variety. Okay, variable means variety. So values of a variable change over the time. Okay, change over the time. That's the thing. That's why we use the word variable. The values of a variable, values these different kinds of information here. So here it says using a variable you can store different kinds of information. So these different kinds of information. Okay, it may be text, it may be numbers. Those text or numbers are being changed over the time. Okay, so for an example, if the variable is x and its starting value is 5, then after some time it may be 10. Okay, but the variable is the name of the variable is x. X can hold 5 at a time, x can hold 10 at a time. Okay, at the initially it can hold, it can store number 5, and after some time by replacing 5 it can store 10 likewise. Okay, so most variables can contain only one value at a time. For a particular time it can contain only one value. By replacing that value after some time it can contain a different value. So for a given time just only one value. Okay, to store another value you should replace that value, or you should delete that value from the variable and store the new value. That's the thing. Okay, however, special variables which are called arrays can contain more than one value. Let's look at the program. So there are another special type of variable called arrays. I will describe the arrays later. Okay. So look at this piece of code. So here it says, and already what is text window. It's an object. Okay. It has a operation called write. Okay. So here, so okay, now let's do this practical. Okay. Now in our small basic editor, okay, this part is called editor now. So I like to type that piece of code, text window. Okay. So what is this technology? IntelliSense. Okay. Text window dot so I like to zoom the editor. Okay. Text window dot write. Okay. What should I write? So here it says, what is your name? So what is your name? Okay. What is your name? Then in the second statement, these are statements. Okay. In small basic or in any other programming language, instead of the word sentence, we use statement. Okay. This is the first statement. Now the second statement is name equal text window dot read. Okay. Name equal text window dot read. Okay. In the third statement says text window dot write line. Sorry. Text window dot write line. What should I write? Here, yes. What is your problem? So not zoom in the screen. Okay. Zoom in the editor here. Okay. While pressing control button, I am using the mouse wheel. Okay. By moving the mouse wheel up, I can zoom while pressing the control button. By moving the mouse wheel down, I mean scrolling down, I can zoom out. Okay, that's the thing. If you want to zoom out the whole window, you may use this tool, what is called magnifier. Okay. By increasing the percentage value, you may zoom the whole window. Okay. Otherwise, if you want to zoom just only the text editor, you may use a mouse wheel and the control button. That's the thing. In Zoom meeting, in subjects meeting, use that. I think you are asking about screen options. Okay, use the full screen option. Okay, here there is a option called yes, here you may see not here. Wait. There is an option called screen size. Okay, so using that one, you may use the full screen option. Okay, I will tell it to you later. Okay, now inside this inverted commas, I should write hello space plus name plus, okay, hello space plus just type name. Okay. I have neglected the other part. Okay, so just enough. I will stop here. Okay, from here. Okay, now let's run this program. So it's asked, what is your name? Okay, what is your name? What is your name? Now it's simple. It's a small letters, no? So I can change the size also. Now it's okay. So it's asked, what is your name? Doesn't matter. What's your name? So here I'm going to type. I am Samir. Okay, so my name is Samir. Samir. Samira Sarachandra. And press enter. Then it shows hello Samira Sarachandra. Okay. So here this word name, it has a separate special color also. No, you can see that. Now these are in light blue color. Okay, this has a brown color. This has a light red color. Likewise, this may be a blue or green. Okay, so this is a black in black color. Okay, so that's because name is a example of a variable. Here name is a variable. Okay, so now what happened behind the scenes here? Okay, now in the first statement they are asking our name. Okay, they are asking our name. Okay, okay. If I run the code again, now after executing the first line, first statement, it shows us this, what is your name? Okay, so now I am typing my name. Okay, Samira Sarachandra. No, Samira is enough. Okay, for now Samira is enough. Now I have typed my name and I have pressed enter. Okay, after pressing enter they will show hello Samira. Okay, now what happened? After they are asking for my name, what is your name, by executing the first statement, I was typing my name. I had typed my name and press enter. So I have typed Samira, the word Samira, and press enter button, and they showed me that hello Samira phrase. Okay, so after I had typed the name Samira, they have read that name. Okay, read that name using this read operation. Okay, so this read operation is to now you know there are in a computer system there are two operations. There are two parts of transferring data. Those are called inputs and outputs. Okay, so here in the first statement they are outputting something to the user by using the display. Okay, so what was the outputted one? It was what is your name. Here this is a output. Okay, now after showing this one, I typed Samira, word Samira. Then after pressing the enter button, it means I gave a input. Okay, after pressing the enter button, I gave the input. Okay, first they output me, what is your name, then I typed the name Samira and pressed the enter button. From that I gave the input, so input was given. So to cache that input or to read that input, they use this read operation. Okay, read operation. And I type Samiran, no, the word Samiran, and they read that word or phrase and they store that word or phrase under the variable name. Okay, by this equal symbol, okay, equal symbol, it means read the value and assign that value to the variable name. That's the thing. Okay, read the value and assign that value to the name. This equal sign is for assigning. Okay, putting those red value under the variable name. That's the thing. It's done by this equal sign. Okay, so here this is output. This was output. What is your name? Then I type Samira and press enter. Press the enter. Then I by pressing enter I gave the input. They use read operation to catch the input and store that input value under the variable name. Then in the third statement, what happens? Those stored value is again output with the word hello. Hello, okay, hello, and the space here. Okay, there is a space, and previously the word Samira was stored under the variable name, then Samira. That's happened. Okay, in the third statement they output the word hello along with the stored value Samira to the user. Okay, that's the thing. Now let's run the program again. Now they are outputting. They are outputting what is your name. It's related to the, now you can see behind in the background, it's related to the first statement. Okay, first rule. Okay, so now I am typing Samira. By typing Samira and pressing enter, I am inputting a value to the small basic software. Now here, by showing us what is your name, this question, by showing this question, what is your name, they are outputting something to us, something to me. Okay, so by answering this question, it means typing Samira and pressing enter button, I am inputting the word Samira to the computer. Okay, to the, it means to the small basic software. Now in the second statement you can see that there is a operation called read. Okay, so now after this text window phrase, by putting a dot, these read like things are called operations. Okay, so after the full stop, those are with the parentheses are called operations. So here write is a operation. Here also read is a operation. Write line is a operation. After putting the dot, those are called operations. Operations are normally with parentheses. Okay, so this read operation, what is the behavior of the read operation? It catches what I input. Okay, it catches the word Samira and it stores the word Samira. It stores what it catched under the variable name. Then in the third row, what happens? Those stored value, it means the word Samira is again output to the user with the word hello. Okay, so by pressing the word now pressing the button Samira, now I am going to press the button. Here I am pressing. Quickly, the word Samira is read by this second statement, and it is stored under the variable name, and again the stored value is used in the third statement with the word hello. Okay, hello, the stored value Samira is outputted, shown to the user. That's why we can see that hello Samira. Okay, okay, so here name is a variable. Okay, name is a variable. So in a small basic environment, okay, in the editor you can see name like variables. Okay, you can see variables in black color. Okay, black color. So what I said, what I explained. Please your feedback. So switch on your microphones and please give me a feedback. Anuhas, have you understood? Chenuka, have you understood? Kaira, Senilka, have you understood?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, I understood.
Yes, sir.
Okay. At the beginning, it is, I know, at the beginning, to me also, it is very difficult to understand. But eventually, by doing practicals, you will resolve your problems. Okay. Okay. Let's
Sir,
move.
when I'm doing the practical, I was like looking the video and I was tried it, sir.
Okay. Good. That's the thing. It is called self-studying. Okay. So you should practice yourself by watching videos and doing those practicals. Okay. Very good, Pudha. Very good, Esandi. Okay. Okay. Now switch off your microphone. So switch off. Okay. Now let's move to the presentation again. So we were in this slide. Okay. Yes. What is your problem? You are Venushi. Okay. Okay. So in this example, your program asks the user to type his or her name. This is a question. Now it says program asks, no, it is done by this first statement. Okay, what is your name? Your program uses a variable called name in black color, okay, to store the information. After asking the question, then user will answer the question and press the enter button. After pressing the enter button, that name value is stored under the variable name, and it is used again in the third statement to show the phrase hello name. Name is replaced by the stored value. Okay, like here, hello John. Okay. So when you run your program, it displays hello and then the information in the variable. Like previously Samira. Now according to this slide, it is John. Okay. How to name a variable? Now here in the previous slide, you can see that this is a variable. It is in the black color. No? So it was named using English letters. Okay. The variable name is name here. Okay. Here normally variable has a name and a value. Okay. Variable has a name and a value. So here the variable's name is name. Okay. Variable's value was, in my practical, value was the Samira. Okay. Value was Samira. Here the value is John. Here value is John. So normally a variable has a name and also a value. Under that name, values can be stored. That's the thing. Okay. So how to name a variable? Okay. You should follow these rules and guidelines when you create your variables. Let's see. You should always start variable names with a letter. Okay. So for an example, okay, you can't, can you see the editor video? Editor, can you see the editor? Okay. Please give me a response to the chat. Can you see the editor in the small basic? I want to verify that. If you are seeing, say yes to the chat. Okay. So now you okay. So when you are naming a variable, okay, you can't start a variable name, okay, variable name by using numbers or special characters. Likewise, 1, okay, Now I want to create a variable name called number one. So you may create the variable like this one, number one. Okay. Now you can see if you use the correct way to correct method or correct way to name the variable name, it shows in black color. Okay, it is shown in black color. So always variable name should be started from a English letter. Okay, if you start this variable like this, instead of number one, you may write the variable name like this, one number. Then it is a illegal variable. Okay, it is a illegal variable. So here one is shown in another color. No? Instead of black, it's shown in like in this color, like light brown or light red. Okay. Instead of one, if you use a special character like $sign, okay, or hash, it is not acceptable. Okay. So as described in the slide, okay, you should always start variable names with a letter. Okay, you can use letters. Okay, so starting one should be a letter. It means character. Okay, it means uppercase letter or lowercase. It means simple English letter or a capital English letter. Doesn't matter. You can't use numbers or special characters like $sign, ampersand sign, at symbol, hash sign, like that, star mark. So second point, you can use letters, digits. Digits means numbers, and underscores in the names of your variables. Okay. So to name a variable, you may use these three types of things. Okay. You can use letters, simple or capital letters. Okay. You can use numbers like this, or even you can use underscore. This is called dash. Okay, this is called underscore. Okay, these three things can be used: letters, simple or capital. Okay, numbers, it means digits, and underscore. Okay, you should name your variables so that they describe the values that they store. Okay. Okay, for an example, here you can see now here if I so here the variable name is number one. Okay, here the variable name is number one. Okay, so now I want to store a value to this variable. Okay, store a value to this variable. It means store a value under the name number one. Okay, to store a value, I should use equal sign. Equal sign is used to store values to a variable. Now the variable is, its name is number one. So now I am going to assign a value to store a value to the variable. So I should use equal sign. Okay. So what is the value? Here I am going to store the value 20. Okay. So here in this variable name is number underscore one, and it holds or it has the value 20. It stores or it holds the value 20. So a variable has a name and a value. Okay. So here in this picture, this number one variable, here the number underscore one is the variable name and its value is 20. Here number underscore two is the variable name and the variable value is 30. Okay, likewise. So to store the values under these variable names, we use equal sign for the storing purpose. Okay. So in this third point, it says you should name your variables so that they can describe the values that they store. So it means simply the variable name should be meaningful. By naming the variable name as number 1, you can't store a word like this, Samir. Okay. So this is meaningless, because by naming the variable number 1, we are expecting a number to be stored, not a word. Okay. So if you want to store this word Samira, instead of number 1, you may change it as like this, name 1. Okay. If I use the name 1 as the variable name, now it is matched with the type of the value. Now I have used a word as the value of the variable, so it's actually it's a name, so it is matching with the variable name. That's the thing. So variable names must be meaningful. Okay, that's the thing. That is the point this is described. Okay, you should name your variable so that they describe the values that they store. Okay, so last point, when you name your variables, you should not include certain reserved words such as if, for, then. So in any programming language, there are reserved words. We call it keywords. For an example, here the text window is a keyword. Okay, text window is a keyword, so we can't use text window as a variable name. Okay, because it is already reserved. Here right also already reserved, right line also already reserved. So likewise there are other words also. If, okay, then again another one is while. Okay, another one is for. Likewise there are reserved words. We can't use those reserved words or keywords to name variables. That's what it says. Okay, when you name your variables, you should not include certain reserved words such as if, for, then, likewise. Okay, okay, here I am going to do this practical. Okay, so number 1 is 20, number 2 is 30, number sum is equal to number 1 plus number 2, and right line number sum. Okay, okay, let's do this practical. Okay, so you are in the screen now, then doesn't matter. So let's delete all these things. Okay, so the first variable is called number 1. So variable name is number 1. Okay, so by using equal sign, I'm going to store a value to that number 1 variable. The value is 20. So the second variable is number 2, number underscore 2. So by using equal sign, now I am going to store a value to the variable number 2. The value is 30. Okay, so there is another variable called number sum. Okay, number sum. So it's a meaningful one. It means sum stand for summation. It means addition. So here final added value is stored under this variable, inside this variable under this name, number sum. So by using equal sign, now I am going to store a value to the variable number underscore sum. So what is the value? Value means that value is the addition of these two numbers. So instead of adding 20 plus 30, okay, I am using their names, because this 20 is already stored under the variable name number 1. This 30 is already stored under the variable number 2. So instead of using this value, I am going to use the variable names. Okay, so here number 1, now they are showing, IntelliSense showing. Okay, number 1 plus number 2. Okay, So here what's happened? Instead of using row values, their values directly, I have used the variable names, because under these variable names, those values are being stored. Okay, so it's not a problem. Okay, so I am using variable names instead of values, because under these variables, these values are stored. That's the thing. So in the fourth line, I'm going to output the value of this variable. Output the value of this variable. Okay. So in the third line, what happens? First, number 1 is replaced by the value 20 in the behind the scene. Okay. When this program executes in the behind the scenes, number 1 is replaced by its value 20. Number 2 will be replaced by its value 30. We can't see how it happens, because this happened behind the scene. Okay, this happens behind the scenes while executing the program. Okay, so in the behind the scene, number 1 will be replaced by its value 20. Number 2 will be replaced by its value 30. And 20 plus 30, it means 50. The value 50 will be stored under the variable name number sum. That's what happens. Okay. Now I am going to write a statement to show the value of this variable. So to show the value, we need text window object. Okay. So we are showing the values or showing the outputs to the user using text window like objects. No, text window is one object, graphic window is another object. We haven't used the graphic window yet, but we may use in the future. Okay, so we should use the text window object to use the text window. Okay, text window dot. So now I'm going to show the something out. I'm going to output something. Okay, so I should use output operation. So to output, I may use one of these, write or write line. So instead of write, I am using write line operation. After putting this dot, I should use a operation. So my purpose is to show something to the user. Okay, so I should use output operation. So I am using write line. I may use write, but I'm using write line. Okay, so when I use write line, normally operation has a parenthesis. So here the parenthesis related to the write line operation. Okay, so inside the parenthesis, we should mention what should be displayed. So the value of the number sum should be displayed. Okay, so here I can use this phrase. Okay, now value of the number sum should be displayed. No? So I can type simply number sum. Okay, number sum, this one. Okay, now again by summarizing what happens here. Here the value 20 is stored under the variable number 1. Value 30 is stored under the variable number 2. By executing this statement behind the scenes, what happens? This number 1 is replaced by its value. This number 2 is replaced by its value 30. Then those 20 and 30 will be added and get 50. That value 50 will be assigned or stored under the variable name sum, number sum. Okay, and with the execution of the fourth line, what happens? The value of this variable, what is it? 50 will be shown to the user using text window object. Okay, why we are saying shown? Because we are using output operation. Okay, let's run this program. Now see, you can see 50 is shown here. Okay, 50 is shown here. That's the thing. Okay, so instead of showing the value alone, I may use this phrase. What is the phrase? I can use summation or sum of the two numbers. Okay, I may use this sentence. Sum of the two numbers is. So earlier the value 50 was shown alone. Instead of that, without showing it alonely, I am going to use a sentence, okay, to show this value. Okay, with the value, this sentence also being shown. Okay, so sum of the two numbers is. So now normally inside the parenthesis for an operation, right line is operation. No, for operation there is a parenthesis. Okay, it's a must feature. Okay, so inside the parenthesis, if you want to mention a variable, if you want to show the variable value of the variable, you may call the variable by its name. You don't need to put inverted commas like this to the variable name. Okay, but if you want to show something else other than a variable, a sentence, then you should recite the sentence within inverted commas. That's the thing. Other than variables, something like sentences should be within the inverted commas. That's the thing. Now this sentence should be shown along with this number. So to join these two parts, the sentence and the value of the variable, I am using plus symbol to join these two parts. Okay, the sentence and the value of the variable. Here this variable is not shown here in the output window. Its value will be shown. Okay, to join. Okay, to join the sentence and the variable value, I am using a plus symbol here. Okay, in programming we are saying this is concatenating. Okay, actually the technical word is concatenating. Concatenate. Okay, concatenate means join. Okay, join. Okay, concatenate means join. Okay, or equal combine. Okay, combine, similar word. Okay, that's the thing. So here in the to concatenate two things. Okay, to concatenate two things, and after concatenating output to output those things, we should use plus symbol. So we use plus symbol for addition also. To concatenate two things, to join two things, okay, to combine two things, we use add symbols also. Okay, that's the thing. So let's run this program. Okay, now you can see sum of the two numbers is, there isn't a space here, so I should put a space here. After is, I should put a space, then there is a space between is word, end of the is word and the number. Okay, now you can see there's a space. Okay, so now you have learned lot of things today. Okay, now it's the time is 12 past 37. At 12:45 you will have, we have to end this session, and at 1 o'clock you will have another session. Okay, in another subject.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move to the presentation again.
Okay, sir.
Okay, output is like this. So we have done the practical. Okay, so there is another practical. Okay, so we should type this code segment in the editor, and we should get this output. Okay, so okay, so in the previous occasions, okay, we stored number values or numerical values, similar name. Okay, number numerical values or number values as the values of the variables. Okay, so we store numbers in the variables. Now in this practical, we are trying to store text inside the variable. So this practical is a little bit complex, so I will do it in a simpler way like this. Okay, so let's again go to the our small basic editor. So now I am going to change this practical like this. Okay, so here I will delete this statement. Okay, so here the variable name is first name. Okay, first name, FIRST, first name. Okay, so by putting the variable name first name, we can't store a numerical value because it's meaningless. Okay, so here first name means Samir. Okay, so if you use a word or a text type data as the value of the variable, you should put those text or words within inverted commas. Okay, sorry, within inverted commas. Okay, numbers can be stored without putting them within inverted commas, but text like data, okay, English alphabetical characters should be resides inside inverted commas. Okay, so now you can see, now the variable name is shown in black color, its value is shown in this light brown color. So after putting inverted commas, the word Samir get that color. Okay, before it was in the black color, it was like another variable. Okay, so that's the thing, to indicate this is the value, we should put inverted commas. So keep it, remember. Okay, keep it in your mind. Okay, the second variable, I am going to change that one to last name. Okay, last underscore name. Okay, I will describe it later. Okay, so last name is Sarachandra. So it is the value of the variable. So it's a word. As it is a word, it should be resided inside inverted comma. So Sarat Chandra. Okay, here this is the variable name, its value is this word Samir. Here the variable name is last name and its value is the word Sarat Chandra. Now I am going to output this sentence. What is it? My name is. With this sentence, okay, with this sentence I am going to output these two words. My name is. Now first name, what is my first name? Samira should be shown. So instead of value Samira, I am using its variable name, first name. And now this sentence after this sentence, this Samira should be shown. So I use plus symbol to concatenate or join those two words. Again, I need a plus symbol to join the last name. So instead of Saraj Chandra, I will use its variable name called last name. Okay. Instead of capital letters, I will use simple letters. Okay. I am making changes to the variable name. Okay. Okay. Here last name. Okay. So after showing this sentence, after showing this phrase, after outputting this phrase, value of the first name variable will be attached to the end of that phrase. Again, value of the last name, it means Saraj Chandra, will be attached to the end of that phrase. Okay, so on. Okay, let's run. Here you can see my name is Samira Saraj Chandra, but there isn't a space in between those Samira and Saraj Chandra. Okay, so to do that, I should attach a space also. Okay, I should attach a space also in between first name and last name. To attach a space, I will do like this. Okay, I'm going to include a space. So space is not belongs to the variable. No, it's like this. Okay, there Samira is belongs to this variable, Saraj Chandra is belongs to this variable, and this is not belongs to variable. Okay, that's why I reside it inside inverted commas. Likewise, space is also not belongs to two of these variables. So space also should be reside inside within inside inverted commas. So space. Okay, so now what happens? This phrase, my name is, and this space is joined with the value of this variable. What is it? Samir. Okay, then this space is attached to the end of the word Samir. Then the value of this variable Saraj Chandra is attached to the end of this space. Okay, likewise you can see the output like this. Okay, now there is a space between Samira and Saraj Chandra. That's why I am saying that for concatenating purposes, for joining purposes, we are using plus symbols. Okay, in some programming in some programming languages dot is used, but in here in small basic, plus symbol is used to joining purposes, for joining purposes or for concatenating purposes. Values of variables, values under variables can be easily shown by using variable, by applying variable name. Okay, other than the values in the variables, like these phrases, these spaces should be included within inverted commas. Okay, so keep it in your mind. Okay, so with this practical, I think our time is over. Okay,